Let's study doubly linked lists. They go hand in hand with the concepts of singly linked lists. Just over here, they are bidirectional instead of the unidirectional linked list. So is the PBT visible? Can someone just tell me if it is or if it is not?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right. So while taking consideration of doubly linked list, let's just take
Just
one.
full screen it, if possible. Just full screen.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So we know what linked lists are. They are a connection of nodes. Singly linked list, there is single connection between nodes and it is unidirectional. In the case of doubly linked list, we have double connections between two nodes. That is, node A is connected to node B as well as node B is connected to node A. You can see over here. So now doing this, although gives us more functionality in the case of linked list, we also have to make a few changes while using those functionalities. For example, earlier we were able to remove the head or remove the tail. We could also do that now, but we'll have to make a few more. Uh, we have to keep a few more things before doing that. So let's see what things that we need to take care about and how can we use the functionalities actually. So the first functionality, or let's talk about the attributes first. Earlier, linked list had two attributes. That is the node itself. So in the node, it had data, and it had the next node attribute, isn't it? Now we also have a previous node attribute. So you can see node A has data. It has the previous node attribute and also the next node attribute. In linked list, we only had the next node attribute. So this is the first change that we come to over here. Now, there are also some things that we need to take care. If the node is the head of the linked list, then the previous node would be set to null. And similarly, for the case of the tail, that is, if we see node B over here, if node B is the tail, then the next node should be set to null. So these two nuances we have to always take care while using doubly linked list. So now let's see how we can add something to these lists. While adding anything to the list, we have to take care what we are doing. First case is of adding a head. So if we are adding a head to the linked list, that is, we are adding the first element, a new first element to the linked list, we have to keep or we have to consider 3 or 4 test cases. That is, in case, let's see if in case the list was already empty. All right. So if the list was already empty, the new element that we add is the head as well as it is the tail also. So we have to set the head element and the tail element as the new node that we set. Did you guys get it? That if the list was empty already, and if we now add maybe something like node X, so we will say that node X is also the head as well as it is the tail for the list. This is the first case while adding a node to the head. Second thing, we have to set the, for example, it's not some element, I mean, the list is not empty. We have some elements in the list. So what to do then? So then what we have to do is we have to set the new node. We have to set the new node as the head This is the first thing that we do. For the new node, we have to set the previous link as null. This is the second point. The third point is we have to set the earlier heads node, like the head node that was earlier. We have to set its previous link to our new added node. And the fourth point that we need to take care is we have to set the next link of the current head node to our previous head node. So I hope you got these 4 points. I'll repeat them. You have to set take for example, we have a head node as of now, and we are going to add a new node. All right, so there are two things that we need to consider. So we'll set the new node as the head. Second thing, we'll set the head node's previous link, the new node's previous link to null. We will also set head node's previous link to new node, and we will set the next node of this new node to head node. This looks a bit confusing as of now, but when we'll do coding tomorrow, it will really sort out very well. Also, similarly, we have the same kind of nuances when we add to the tail. We whichever element we add to the tail, we keep it as a tail element. Also, if the list was already empty and we are adding something to the tail, that means it is the only element in the list. So we have to set the new head and new tail as the element that we just added. And similarly, we have to make changes in the links appropriately. Removing from the head and the tail. Now imagine you have to remove the first and the last element from the list, or maybe you want to just simply remove some node in between the list by giving it a value. So the third case we already did yesterday, if you remember. We gave the function a value and we asked the function to iterate over the whole list, find the node with that value and remove it. So that was the third case. Now let's see the first and second case, that is removing the head and removing the tail. So again, see, if we want to remove the head, we need to know that if the list is empty, if the list has only one element, isn't it? If the list has only one element, now the list would be empty if you remove the head. So we have to set the the length of the list to 0 if that is the case. Now second case is when the list has more than one element. So when you remove the first head element or tail element, the list still does not become nullified, but it has some elements. So over there we make the appropriate changes. That is if you are removing the head. For example, in the second line of example, this is the diagram part. In the second line, we are removing node A. So what we did was we set the previous node of node B as null, and that was it pretty much. And we also set the next node of node A as null. But again, as I told you yesterday, we have special garbage collection properties in Python programming languages. So we need not do that. Similarly, if we want to remove the tail, we set the next node of node B to null and node C gets eliminated. So this is us using the functionalities, removing the tail, removing the head, adding or removing the heads and tails, and similarly the functions of going through a whole list and removing node by comparing its value. So let's do the coding part tomorrow, and all right. And I'll share the PPTs today. Let's review it for once. These doubly linked lists are again comprised of nodes that contains link to next and previous nodes. they have two attributes of linking. They are bidirectional. That is, we can go from node A to node B and from node B to node C, and we can also come back the same way. We have a pointer to the head node. We also have a pointer to the tail node. Requires the pointers at the head node to be updated after addition or removal of the head. Same goes for the tail. That if we remove the tail or head, we need to update some pointers. But I'd like to ask now, can you give a real life example of linked list? Can someone give me a singly linked list and also a doubly linked list? Can anyone?